I didn't see the train at all when I looked at it. And why would I say that, Dick?
Because the steam overwhelms it.
No,
No,
I'm not.
no, the man.
No.
No, okay.
Why wouldn't I see the train? It's a little bit the steam overwhelms it, but you could have fixed that by doing what?
Come down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's cropped a little too tight up on the man. So I didn't really register the train. So the point is that seeing that, knowing that the steam, as you pointed out, is overwhelming parts of the train, you perhaps need a little below there to give the real sense of where we are. And you may or may not have had that, or you may have even chosen to crop up on it. I just don't know.
No, I didn't have it.
You didn't have it. Okay. And that's not unexpected because I can see that it's a, oh God, it's a 230 millimeter lens. So it's the headache inducer telephoto lens.
Yeah.
Very hard to control the framing with those lenses because they bring you so close. And even if you step back 2 inches, it doesn't make it much difference in the closeness. So you would have had to step back and or do a zoom if it were a zoom lens. Was it a zoom lens?
Yeah, it was a zoom lens.
Okay, so that's why we have zoom lenses. Why do we have zoom lenses? Try to describe why, the real reason to have zoom lenses. What's the reasoning? Visual reasoning. Zoom lens, for those, all of you know that, you can have a lens with different focal lengths and you can control it as you're taking the picture. That's a big hint, of course.
Well, I would say it helps. It works on the composition.
In the extreme.
Yeah.
And it works both in real time and on the fly. That's the
Yeah.
key.
Yeah.
So
it's like 5 minutes for this shot.
you only needed 10 seconds to do
Yeah.
what I'm suggesting.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but as we've talked about with so many pictures, you need to have seen it. And there's a lot going on here. So that's where the experience starts to come in. So this picture, if you were taking this picture, if I were taking this picture with this zoom lens, 230 is usually the maximum. So we all do the same thing. We stick it out to the maximum and then we try to get the picture rather than driving and chewing gum or walking and chewing gum at the same time, which is moving the zoom in and out to see how the composition changes as we see this complex scene in front of us, hoping to get a perfect moment with the steam and all the rest. So it's a big task to use zoom lenses effectively. It's very rare to use them effectively. So I don't know if any of you who've taken classes have had just a zoom class, a zoom lens exercise. And this would be a good example. So all, in my opinion, to add what I think is needed, and there's lots of great things in this picture, but I didn't see the train. So just pulling the zoom down to say 180 or whatever it might be. So you saw a little more, you got a wonderful number here. You got lots of old timey detail here, which would have been very easy to capture and you had plenty of time, but you got to see it. So that's the experience. And that's why me talking about it will make you hopefully sensitive to it going forward. In addition to all the other crap you got to remember and deal with and see as a photographer. The steam is perfect, particularly if you had a little more here because it wouldn't overwhelm as much. See how it makes this beautiful piping. See how the pipe is lit here. The pipe looks the same here in real world as it does right here, but it's completely fogged up by the smoke. That's just perfect. And this is a good composition. You've gotten just enough of whatever this nasty thing is that is where the arm comes out. That's perfect. We don't need to know what the rest of this is, which is not nearly as interesting as the train. Now, the other thing I saw, there's one other really dominant part of this picture, and it's not the guy. The guy's body language is perfect. He's not too bunched up. His arms have just barely enough light coming through here, so it's not all mushed together. This one doesn't matter. I love the little label on his jersey, on his thing, all these little touches that come out in the natural world. But what is the other, and I love the water. Sorry, every time I move the damn thing, I love the water dripping out here. That's just great. And it captured because it picked up a sheen from the light. And what other element in this picture is completely dominating, but not too dominating, but is also stunning? What is it?
The color in the background is really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just magnificent. Imagine if it were all this green, which would be pretty and perfectly okay. But when you add all this and all these little hints of color, it's just perfect.
And there is a tinge of yellow in the light also, the train's light, which is very interesting.
I don't see that, but if you see that, that's
there's yellow around in the light.
Oh, here, yeah, it's reflections. Now that I'm looking at it, I can see it.
I tried it in black and white, but it just didn't work.
No.
You know, it just didn't work. But I wanted to give it kind of
and
a
we-
little timey look, you know, but it.
We know why. We know why it didn't work. We've already talked about why it could not possibly work in black and white. Do you know why?
The
Not in
color,
the Of course, the whole point of the picture is this intense color,
Yeah.
the
Color,
blue and yeah. So it's a contradiction in terms to put it into black and white. Okay. It's not
Yeah.
uninteresting. It's not uninteresting, particularly if I up the contrast a little.
Yeah, because you still get the lighter, because of
Yeah.
the yellow, you get more of a white on the trees back there. So it doesn't, it still has a different effect than if it was an all
Absolutely.
green forest.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree completely. But it's not remotely as underlying interest as this.
yeah.
Right.